Saturday morning, hoping that you had called me.
Good day, students. Let us review the 5 common sentence patterns. How do sentence patterns affect communication using the English language? The 5 sentence patterns are indeed very important since these patterns are the foundation of communication using the English language. Basically, communication follows proper syntax. Syntax is the proper arrangement of words and phrases to construct grammatically correct sentences. So, let us review the 5 common sentence patterns. Let us review first the elements of a sentence. A sentence has 2 basic elements, the subject and the predicate. Let us identify the subject and the predicate in the sentence. Perseus saved Andromeda from the sea serpent. What is the subject? Yes, you are right, it's Perseus. How about the predicate? The predicate is the word saved. The subject usually is the noun phrase, or the pronoun. And our predicate is always the verb in the sentence. Perseus, the son of Danae, saved Andromeda from the sea serpent. Perseus is our subject. The subject is a noun phrase, or pronoun that usually comes before the main verb. Perseus is considered as the simple subject, while Perseus, the son of Danae, is considered as our complete subject. Now, talking about the predicate is the verb. It is the word or group of words that describes an action. The verb tells about what the subject is doing. The word saved is our simple predicate, while saved Andromeda from the sea serpent is our complete predicate. Let us define a sentence. A sentence is a word or group of words that expresses a complete thought. Let us review the types of verbs commonly used in the 5 sentence patterns. Transitive verb. A transitive verb has an object. For example, Hermes gave the sword to Perseus. So what is the object in the sentence? The object is the word sword, placed after the verb gave. Another verb is the intransitive verb. An intransitive verb does not have an object. For example, the sea serpent died. This verb doesn't need an object. The sentence still expresses a complete thought without the object. We also have the linking verbs. Some commonly used linking verbs include am, are, is, was, and were. The verb joins the subject with an adjective or another noun. For example, Acrisius was anxious. Another is, we also have a sense verb. A sense verb is a verb that describes one of the 5 senses: sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. Verbs such as look, seem, taste, feel, smell, and sound are sensory verbs. For example, his adventure seemed dangerous. Let us also review the complement. A complement tells us something about the nature of the subject or object. There are two types of complements, the subject complement and the object complement. Example, Medusa was furious. Medusa is our main subject and furious is the subject complement. It tells about the subject. Usually, the subject complement is a noun, pronoun, or an adjective. The object complement. For example, the kingdom considered Perseus the greatest warrior. Kingdom is our subject, and Perseus is our direct object, and the greatest warrior is our object complement. It complements to the direct object Perseus. Usually, the object complement is a noun, a pronoun, or an adjective. Here are the 5 common sentence patterns. Number 1, subject plus linking verb plus complement or the SLVC pattern. Second, subject plus intransitive verb or the SIV pattern. Number 3, subject plus transitive verb plus direct object or the STVDO pattern. Number 4, subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object plus direct object or the STVIODO. And the 5th, we have subject plus transitive verb plus direct object plus object complement, or we call it as STVDOOC. The first pattern is the SLVC, subject plus linking verb plus complement. This pattern includes a subject, a linking verb, and a complement. Linking verbs are the types of verbs that join the subject with an adjective or another noun. Some commonly used linking verbs include be, am, are, is, was, and were. For example, Perseus was brave. The subject is Perseus, the linking verb is was, and the complement is brave. The word brave complements to the subject. This is the subject complement. Another example, the 3 magical things were his weapons. Our main subject is the 3 magical things, the linking verb is were, and the complement is the weapons. His weapons complements to the main subject, the 3 magical things. Therefore, this is the subject complement. We can also use sense verbs to make this type of sentence pattern. A sense verb is a verb that describes one of the 5 senses, the sight, hearing, smell, touch, and taste. For example, the shield looked magical. The subject is the shield, the linking verb is looked, and the complement is magical. The word magical complements to the main subject, shield. Number 2 is the SIV pattern, subject plus intransitive verb. SIV pattern includes just a subject and an intransitive verb. Intransitive verbs do not need a direct object. For example, Perseus flew. The subject is Perseus and our intransitive verb is flew. It doesn't need a direct object. Another example, Acrisius died. The main subject is Acrisius and our intransitive verb is the word died. The third pattern is the STVDO, subject plus transitive verb plus direct object. This pattern includes a subject, a transitive verb, and a direct object. Here we use transitive verbs, which means that we need a direct object. For example, the nymphs gave the magical things. Our subject is the nymphs, the transitive verb is gave, and the direct object is the magical things. Another example, Athena gave the sword. Athena is our subject, gave is the transitive verb, and the sword is the direct object. The fourth pattern is the STVIODO, subject plus transitive verb plus indirect object plus direct object. This type includes a subject, a transitive verb, and an indirect object and a direct object. For example, Hermes gave Perseus the sword. Hermes is the subject, gave is the transitive verb, and the indirect object is Perseus, and the direct object is the sword. Another example, Hermes gave the sword to Perseus. This is also accepted. Subject is Hermes, transitive verb is gave, our direct object is the sword, and to Perseus is the indirect object. Both are accepted. We have the STVIODO or the STVDOIO. And the last is STVDOOC. Subject plus transitive verb plus direct object and object complement. This sentence pattern includes a subject, transitive verb, direct object, and an objective complement. Objective complements describe a direct object. For example, the kingdom crowned Perseus as their leader. Our subject is kingdom, the transitive verb is crowned, and Perseus as our direct object, and the objective complement is as their leader. The objective complements to the direct object Perseus. Another example is Perseus beheaded Medusa, the Gorgon. Perseus is the subject, beheaded is the transitive verb, the direct object is Medusa, and the objective complement is the Gorgon. There you have it, the 5 common sentence patterns. Thank you for watching.
In the morning, hoping that you had called me.